Catching up with Vince. He's a relatable guy. Not really. You're actually not relatable.
We've been talking for an hour.
Just about. And then editing takes a while. What type of peanut butter is this? Anything good?
It's Aldi.
What do you think? Pretty good?
Mm-hmm.
You gonna dip it again? What are you gonna do?
Yeah, we'll dip it again. So my brother, when he did a road trip, he went to a bunch of date farms.
What is a date before it's dry?
Like, it's a date, I think, right?
What does that mean?
Like, I think that's what the fruit is.
But it doesn't look like this. It dries out. What does an undried date look like?
It comes from a tree, I think. It's like a seed. That seed you pulled out, that's a seed.
Wow, that was good. It's like a Reese's. Fuck you, Aaron.
Who's Aaron?
The person who introduced me to dates and then introduced me to peanuts and dates. Aaron, Thailand.
Oh, they look weird.
Let me see. What the fuck? That looks crazy.
Yeah, maybe they don't grow in the U.S.
I would definitely like to see where that... Imagine seeing that in real life. Like a plant that looks like that.
Kind of confused.
That's like alien shit.
Yeah. Like, who was the first person to eat that? Wait, one more?
Yeah, how did we figure out food? I've always thought that through our evolution. Like, because there were people eating stuff that was poison and we figured out what not to eat at some point.
Yeah. Like, a baby, breathing.
A baby breathing.
Like, how does it know to do that? Like, you're just born. How do you know you have to breathe? We're getting on some, like, high school level high shit.
So, listen to this. Like, I believe we're eternal. You know, like every soul is eternal. We just have... We get lost in this illusion, you know, in this moment. And, like, everything that happens in this life seems so long. But then you have to realize that, like, if we're infinite, like, this is going to be a nap. Our human existence is going to be a dream. We are eternal, right? So whatever, we're just going through a human existence. So by the time this human existence is over, this will feel like a dream that we had in one night. Mm-hmm. Maybe not even. Maybe like 5 minutes we were just playing a video game at an arcade. And it was human on Earth in 2018. See what happens. Donald Trump is president. Anything can happen. That's why I feel so inspired to do what I'm doing. Because if Donald Trump could be president, anything is possible. Fuck what you thought you knew. Fuck what you think you thought you knew. Donald Trump, you're fired, has become president. And he's doing Donald Trump shit, and people are losing their minds.
Doing Donald Trump shit.
Like, he's just being Donald Trump as president. He's not doing anything we weren't expecting him to do. And people are losing their goddamn minds. Oh, man.
Yeah, he's just doing exactly what we expected him to do.
He's doing what Donald Trump would do if you put him in the White House. It's really inspiring. It goes to show you don't need... Like, what he did is he cracked that barrier where you need to have, like, political influence to become president. Or to have been in a political party. Like, there were presidents before who came up through the ranks and weren't into politics. And I guess that's just reminding us in this time that it's possible again.
Yeah, but I don't think that that's like a positive thing.
Well,
I mean,
we
like,
have to find the positives, Jim.
Yeah, but
I'm trying to find the positive in that.
like, what you're saying though is that like he came up through the ranks, became president because of who he is, and not what he is, and that's what's shitty. You know, it's nepotism. That's you know, your buddy getting a job. You, especially for someone like president, you don't want some asshole in there. You want somebody who's like qualified, somebody who like.
Well, that's why we vote. And I don't know how we voted on Donald Trump.
It's because people are dumb and scared. That's all it is. Old white people are dumb and scared.
Is that the demographic you pinned down?
Yes. Absolutely.
That's who's still running the country, old white people.
Yeah.
Dude, that is true.
They're dumb and scared.
They're dumb and scared.
You kids
Dude.
with your fancy iPhones and your YouTubes.
Dude, the ability to use the internet proficiently has made us so much smarter than previous generations.
Yeah.
We can know anything.
But we're still idiots, and we read the first fucking line and say that's what it is.
Well, we're lazy. We're dumb and lazy, but we have the ability. Those of us that choose to be smart can be so much smarter than the people before us because of our ability to access the internet.
Sure.
Like, I don't use the internet to jerk off. I use it to, like, learn shit that I don't know. I've actually talked about that on the podcast. I don't jerk off anymore. I keep that energy in. Ugh. You see, now, imagine me, right? Me in my life, who I used to be. I've gotten to the point where I feel bad about eating a date and peanut butter because it's too late.
Oh, you're past your... What time do you stop?
7. I mean, it depends on the day. Sometimes it really depends. Sometimes I won't eat until 5 p.m. and I'll just eat from 5 until like 7, and that'll be my whole thing. I'll just eat for 2 hours, and then sometimes I'll eat from like 10 to
What's the benefit of that?
There's a lot of benefits to fasting.
You're not hungry during the day?
You are, but hunger is something that comes and goes, and water really helps out with it. So what'll happen is you'll feel that really. I mean, I don't feel that intense hunger that you probably feel. Well, I don't know, if you eat breakfast first thing in the morning, you miss breakfast.
I don't breakfast. I just drink coffee.
Yeah, well, that's an intense hunger. Like, if you miss breakfast in the morning. But the hungers throughout the day, if you just never have breakfast, they're way less than that. It's probably half of that. And if you drink water, that feeling will subside. And there are so many benefits, not only physical, but also mental. Because what happens is your body goes through a state of ketosis. And your body is regenerating the sheaths for the neurons in your brain. So like the things, like the piping, like, you know, so the nerve has the thing and there's a sheath around it. So it strengthens that and it helps your brain fire quicker. And then, so that happens after like 12 to 16 hours, that starts happening. And you compound that with the distilled water I'm drinking. So that's a whole nother thing. But then on top of that, if you go, I think the time is like from 22 to like 26 hours. That's prime HGH production period. So your HGH production goes up 2,000% in that time. So by eating less, you're actually gaining HGH.
Not eating less often.
True. Not necessarily less, but less often. Not only that, but after that same amount of time, your body goes through a thing called autophagy. And autophagy was like just discovered in like 2015, and the guy won the Nobel Prize for it. What autophagy is after this certain amount of time, your cells find like garbage, junk, and use it as energy. So it'd be essentially like your body just finds garbage to burn in your cells and just burns it off as energy. So you're not only clearing out this stuff that your body doesn't need, but you're using it as energy. So that's been something that's just like been revolutionary. So yeah, good amount of benefits to it. You just have to eat the right things at the right time. And the relationship I'm starting to try to build with food, as I'm being bad today. Your body has like a natural process it wants to go through, you know. And I realized that when I got the flu, and I fasted for that. I fasted for like 48 hours because when I
keep anything down.
I wasn't throwing up, but like my stomach when I ate, it was like this intense pressure outward that was just like so painful, and it was throughout the whole day. And what I realized was it was that pain was more painful than not eating for a little bit. Because when I fast, I realize that hunger subsides, you know? So I would rather not eat than feel that pain of eating. So I didn't, and I fasted for like 48 hours. And what that taught me is that food, the relationship we have with food is completely fucked up. Like, we think we live to eat, but what I've rearranged it to, the body has a natural way it wants to exist. It wants to process your body. It wants to go through these processes. And food should just be there to assist our natural processes. If our body's producing all this HGH and doing all this stuff when we don't eat, then we just need to put the right stuff in it as we eat to assist it in this process.
Okay. So it's just fuel. There's no pleasure. There's not.
Well, that's the thing too. So I've noticed when I eat for like a 2-hour window, like instead of eating throughout the day, where it's like, all right, I'll eat this, I'll eat that, I'll eat this, I'll eat that. It's like, oh man, I'm gonna make this, and I'm gonna make it really, really good. So you wind up eating healthier foods anyway, because it's all you're eating, and you want to make that healthy food taste good. So it's like it all works together.
Yeah. I don't know. I want to be able to. I find that since I stopped eating meat, I'm hungrier more often.
It's all like it all happens in due time. Like, you can't go from, you know, eating meat to like feeling this way like overnight.
I don't feel any different really.
When I went vegan, I was hungry for the first. I remember feeling hungry for the first like month or two, until like my stomach adjusted to like not getting that much food because it was getting more nutrients out of a little bit of food.
This is Christmas. I feel the same. Really.
You've been vegan since Christmas? No, you've been meat.
So it's a pretty long time.
Yeah.
I had fish a couple times, but dude, just so like just the sound here is so much different than Brooklyn. Like right now, I hear like frogs.
Yes, definitely.
Those are the peepers.
What do you hear in Brooklyn? Cars.
People yelling, cars, sirens.
Oh.
Some asshole who drives down the street with his radio all the way up at 2 a.m.
Dude, it's so busy there. Oh my god, your brains have to be just like that. The way Brooklyn looks is the way brains are running inside of it.
Yeah. I mean, even like the air smells different here.
This is air. I don't know what that is. That's like just like
And like,
fog.
and
It's
like-
like fog of like just carbon dioxide.
and just and being able to have like this much space while having a conversation with somebody doesn't happen.
Yeah, imagine having this much room to do something.
Like this porch is bigger than my bedroom.
Yeah, this is pretty big.
Might be the same square footage, but it's definitely longer. It's longer and skinnier though.
Which lifestyle do you prefer? You've lived both in Philly, New York, and here, and New Jersey.
I think that it's too slow here.
So you would like something like this if it was closer to shit.
No, because I don't want to drive there. Like I liked Philly, like having a car but not needing the car.
Mm-hmm. What about like Princeton?
No, I don't know. It's like for where I am right now, I like it. I really like Philadelphia.
Philly, man, that was so much. Oh my god, visiting you, dude. Ugh. And then you'd always like show me like, oh, this new vegan spot, dude. We would like, before vegan was a thing, we would be like veganing in Philly. Like right before it, dude. That's always been like the way shit has happened.
Yeah.
It's always been like right before the shit pops
Mhm.
off. Like it's like, oh, let's just check out the
You should
vegan
come to
spots.
Brooklyn then.
Brooklyn's been popping off though.
Colin, you know, I go to this taco place called Black Flamingo. It's actually owned by James Murphy,
Who's James Murphy?
LCD Sound System.
Ah.
It's all vegan.
Mm.
And it's fucking unreal, dude. Like a cashew queso. So would you eat that or no?
Yeah, why wouldn't I?
Well, you're not eating
Is
anything.
something walking over that way?
Like you hear it or see it? That is a graveyard right there, though. It could be something like that.
That'd be weird, right?
I think it
Could be something, could be
could
nothing.
be like a deer. It's kind of weird that there aren't any like real predators right here. Like we don't have
Yeah.
wolves, we don't have like coyotes, we don't have bears.
Yeah, there's black bears. I've seen them in Allentown.
Have
In
you?
Millstone, yeah.
I've never seen one here.
Yeah, bears,
Where?
Bears aren't like aggressive.
You see them in Allentown?
Yeah, I'll never forget. I was driving to the outlets, not the outlets, the marketplace one day through Allentown, and Dude, I had no idea what the fuck I saw. It was at night, and like I saw something like it looked like a monkey the way it was moving around, and I tried to make sense of it, and I'm like, holy shit, that was a fucking bear. Like it looked like a monkey running on four legs, you know, the way the arm was going up, and I'm like, that wasn't a deer. So I've been teaching myself nunchucks.
Get out.
I have. They're in my car.
But why?
Because I want to just... Like if someone comes at you with a knife and you have nunchucks... Dude, I play tennis. Your fucking wrist is going to be broken.
Remember when I always beat you at tennis?
Psych.
Dude, every single time.
Dude, so it's tennis rackets and balls in my car season. They're just in my car at all times now.
I haven't played tennis since probably playing with you.
Yeah, I want to play again. I love tennis. I don't like playing for like points, but I love just like playing tennis. Just like hitting the ball back and forth, running around.
So you're just gonna bring your nunchucks onto the tennis court?
Yeah, Bruce Lee it. What?
I would love to go through your Amazon shopping basket.
Wow.
Just to see.
My Amazon shopping.
Yeah, you're
The people at the CIA are probably just like looking at my YouTube history.
Yeah.
All my history is just going, what?
your purchase history on Amazon. That's what I want to say.
Oh my god.
Because forget the stuff that you're like researching. I know that's got to be like a rainbow doesn't even describe it. Like it covers it all. But what you actually buy, that's what I want to know.
the things that actually manifest.
Yeah.
The thoughts that actually come to fruition.
The ones that where you actually end up going, yeah, this is a good idea, and you follow through on.
There are like magnets. Like I purchased like random sets of magnets.
Those round ones?
Oh yeah, you remember the magnets?
Yeah.
Those little balls. But those neodymium ones. The ones that are like. Have you ever used the ones that like will break your hand that I have?
No.
I kept them on the truck. Yeah, dude, I purchased a lot of those. Purchased
Nunchucks, apparently.
No, they didn't sell them on Amazon. I had to go to a fucking samurai website.
Ew, no.
Yeah, like a different website. Someone like hand wrote like, "Thank you for purchasing our product," and put it in the bag. That kind of site. So that was cool. I haven't practiced in a while.
Good.
No, it's not good. I got a nunchuck. You think anyone's listening? Dude, it would blow my mind if like 3 people were listening.
Like people in CIA? Like FBI listening to this?
They're
right now?
listening. But I'm talking about the podcast. Actual humans.
This is live?
This is live.
No, it's not.
It's not live. It's not a live radio show. It's a podcast. Do you listen to podcasts or no?
Sometimes. I did
And you
today.
haven't listened to mine?
I rarely do.
You should. Which one should you listen to?
I mostly listen to like NPR ones.
Dude, if you want to, you would be so pissed off listening to one with me and Frank Sasso.
I'd be so pissed off listening to this one.
Oh my god.
I'm not giving you permission to put this online.
I'm totally putting it on.
Better blur my face.
Distort my voice.
I'm just gonna put a picture of your face on the podcast.
Definitely distort my voice.
I'm gonna do it just then for that moment. Let me distort my voice. It'll be distorted and that's it. I do weird shit on the podcast sometimes. Like my one friend Vaughn, you met Vaughn, he works on the truck. Yeah. Like, you know, in his conversation, like he said he happened to say it like that. No, yeah. And like I just put that on a loop like 5 times. So it's just like people listening to the thing. He just goes, no, yeah. For like longer than you would think. Like long enough for you to look at your phone to make sure everything's okay.
Like the record didn't skip?
Yeah. And then enough to put it back down and go, oh, okay. Dude, I am such a fucking preposterous human being. My existence cracks me up sometimes.
I'll get it.
I'll be walking through like ShopRite and I'll just laugh to myself. Just because like I can't believe how I exist.
So you're at your old shop right today?
Oh my god, I didn't even tell you about that. That was one of the whole reasons.
Good night.
Good night.
See you in the morning.
Nice
Good night.
meeting you.
Great meeting you too.
See you in the morning.
Night.
That was like that was one of the things I wanted to record today because I was
Was your old manager there?
no. So that was crazy. So I didn't even realize that. So I had this event in Lawrenceville today, right? It was the Sahara Superhero 5K, and it's a 5K. I'm not gonna do any business at a 5K. You know, I know that, but I still think they tell me they're gonna have 300 people racing, and I'm thinking they're gonna have other people spectating, but no one spectates a 5K. And they said they're gonna have people and this and that and this and that. Turned up being a complete flop, which is fine. But it's funny because like people say, "Look, going to the truck. So what do you do? You know, what kind of events do you do?" You know, we do 5Ks, we do corporate events, we do lunches, we do this, we do that. We do 5Ks with 300 people, and then we do Governor's Ball with fucking Eminem and Kanye West and 80,000 people a day. It's like so weird, you know. Like I'll do whatever, you know. So yeah, so I did this 5K, right? And on my way home, I'm driving down Route 1, and I realize I'm about to pass the Lawrenceville ShopRite. And me and Mon both used to work there. Actually, what happened was, I worked night at ShopRite, and Mon was the night front-end manager. So the store I worked at in Lawrenceville was the busiest store in the company from like 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. Like, it was the busiest nighttime store. And guess who's the night store manager there? So Juan worked there with me, and Juan was great. He was like my number 2 guy, you know. And over time, I quit ShopRite, and they were grooming him to take my position, or like have my position. And then eventually he got fucked, and he got like knocked down. He got royally fucked, sent to a different store. And it was around that time that I came to him and said, "Hey Juan, listen, I have this second truck. I really want you to join, you know, Try Vegan, this, that, and the other thing." So he quit his job to work with me. So me and Juan were talking today about how we should both go to Lawrenceville and, like, you know, whatever. So, you know, after the event, he kind of went home, whatever, and I was like, maybe I'll stop in since I was passing it anyway. So I stop in, and I pull up to my old ShopRite with my food truck. And, like, I had the idea for that inside that building. You know, like, I had the idea for this, like, 3 years ago. Inside that very building, I was telling people that I was going to have this. And now there I was with it, going back. Like, so first thing I do is I see Billy. And Billy is from Guatemala. And the way the story was set up, it was me and this guy Mario. We were the store managers, and then this one guy Butch, who was the store manager. So it was one store manager, one general store manager, 2 store managers, one morning, one night, and the rest of the store. So at night I had Juan, and then I also had Billy. Billy was the maintenance crew chief. So he made sure the maintenance crews scrubbed every grill, the chicken case, everything, made sure the store was spotless. So I see him and I talk to him. "Billy, I'm so happy to see you. How you doing, you know?" He's like, "G." They call me G because Galino's too hard. You know, "Great to see you, blah, blah, blah." He was going to quit ShopRite, right? Because he got another job doing whatever. And the store manager's like, "Listen, can you stay 2 days? You know, just 2 days a week?" Because I had left. The other guy, Mario, had left, and the store was, like, not doing well. So Billy's like, okay. So he told me he started delivering pizzas in Morrisville, right, in Pennsylvania. In 4 days delivering pizza, he will make $12 delivering pizza in cash. Because people will order, like, a $13 pizza and give him a $20 and say, "Keep the change." So he's doing really well. And it was great to see him and hear from him and hear that he's doing so well. And then I walked in, and I saw this one kid, Peter, and he was like the first person I saw inside the store. And he's like, "Hey man, how are you?" Like, we're friends on Facebook. And he goes, "Yeah, I see what you're doing online. I'm so proud of you." And I was like, wow. Like he's so proud of me. Like, this person knew me as a store manager, as like his boss. And like now I'm actually doing the shit I said I was going to do.
Do you still see that one kid that used to follow you around?
Alex.
I don't remember the name, but
So the reason I say his name is because, listen to this shit. So even before I walk in, right, I am talking to Billy outside in the parking lot. I see Alex walk out. So Alex quit working at ShopRite. Now he's back. I see him walking out of ShopRite all pissed off. I go, "Dude, what's going on?" He's like, it was noon and he came in, and he actually was supposed to work at 4. So he got his whole day started and he got to work at the wrong time. So it was funny that he went to work at the wrong time just to meet up with me. So I'm like, "Oh shit, like, let's get something to eat then. Let's get some lunch." You know, 'cause he works for me too now.
oh, it
Like,
does.
he'll work for me on the truck sometimes and on the with the meal delivery, like just helping out. So I've seen him, but it was so funny to see him in that moment out of coincidence. So I'm like, "Let's get something to eat," you know? So we walked around inside the shop, and the general consensus was, "Oh my God, you look great. You look so young. It's gotten so much worse since you left." And yeah, they were all just like super happy for me, and like, you know, they're in disbelief. You know, it's like they would glow when they saw me. You know, like all these people would just be like, "Oh my God, like, yeah, this place is just, it's,
I didn't know that Alex could still help you.
yeah, it's awesome." So yeah, it was like but the actual store manager wasn't there, and it was a total like, just complete and utter mind fuck to be in there with, like, I had a Try Vegan shirt on and my truck was outside, and
You know, that's funny. I was picturing you showing up there in like your old uniform, like shirt and tie. Like when you're telling me your story, and I'm thinking about it in my head. Like you had your name tag on.
Yeah, shirt and tie. Oh my God. Yeah, no, I had a lime green Try Vegan shirt on, some shorts, a hat. People didn't even recognize me. They said, "You look so young." I can't even believe it. I looked old there, man. And I was not happy. I was out of shape. My knees hurt. Dude, oh my God. I was killing myself back then. I was smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. I was still addicted to caffeine. I was like 25, 26. Now it's like I'm not that anymore.
A little bit more free.
The store manager. Well, the thing about that place is the owners always said, like, if you couldn't run one of these stores, you could do anything. And after like running one of those stores and seeing all the shit that, like,
Well, how much would you do in dollars a day?
The store would do, I mean, we could do 120, we could do 150 grand in a weekend, on a Saturday.
That's a lot of money.
So you're doing that much commerce on top of having 200 people below you, on top of, you have to see things in the store that people who work there don't even see. Like, you have to see the shit that they don't see. Like, you have to see, you know, the cases of meat on top of the cases, you have to make sure that stuff is in the proper spot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I knew where everything was in the store, like, and let's say there's a fire in the bakery, I would have to put it out, or someone got hit by a car in the parking lot, I would have to deal with that and get yelled at by a customer 5 minutes later because the price of the chicken was fucking $3 off. It's like, it's crazy, man. And you can't yell at somebody, you know, like, I can't yell back. Like, they would just get mad. I would have to, like, take all that.
How are those rotisserie chickens so cheap?
Exactly. Just fucking ask yourself that question before making the purchase. That's what you gotta do. They just put a bunch of them on a spit, fucking like 9 on each, I think, and then you have like 8 of them or 9 of them. So you have that many cooking at one time.
Mm-hmm.
God, man. And that was one of the, honestly, that was another reason that made me want to try vegan. I was, you know, as a manager of a supermarket,
You saw.
in one meat department, how much was on the shelf, and then how much was in the back room, and how quickly the inventory turned. It was so preposterous. Like, if the amount of animals that were packaged up in that back room were alive, they wouldn't even fit back there. And that's just the back stock of what's on the shelves. And that shit's flying off shelves for, like, Memorial Day and fucking this barbecue and that barbecue.
I
and
didn't
that
think
barbecue. What's that?
I didn't think that because, like, as a shopper, you only really see what's there,
Right.
and you think that's all they have.
Dude, oh my god, it's insane. Because that's only one store.
Mm-hmm.
You know, only one store is going through fucking, oh my god, so much meat. And then, you hear, like, there's been an E. coli, like, outbreak, and it affects, like 300 million pounds of meat. And that only came out of one place. That came out of one factory,
Mm-hmm.
Like, one factory in Texas had an E. coli, and 300 million pounds of beef is recalled. It's like, what the fuck? So then how much isn't being recalled?
How much is already consumed?
Oh, people are having this shit morning, breakfast, lunch, dinner,
Yeah.
snacks. It's all meat and animal processed, and you have to feed animals food to get food from them. So cut out the middleman. Like, our plant, we don't have time anymore. We honestly don't have time to fucking dilly-dally. Like, we all have to make the change if we want to exist on this rock any longer.
Yeah, I don't think that it's realistic for everybody to cut it out.
It's not, and I'm okay with that.
I think that
As long as
I
people,
spoke to Colleen about this, and she agrees to an extent, or maybe she kind of agrees. But I think that, like, the vegans' message, you guys, it shouldn't be
Whoa.
like, dude, that was weird. It shouldn't be like, do what we're doing. It should be, why
Try
don't you reduce?
that's my message.
You know, like,
That's what I'm saying. That's my exact
you
message.
did 2 days a week. Okay, try 3 days a week.
Try vegan. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If we all, as long as we're aware of this, as long as you're aware of what you're doing and you reduce, as long as you're better than you were yesterday, the first thing is having the knowledge. The second step is doing something with it. And if we all just start, what are you looking? Is that a butt?
My dad was his old college roommates.
Is that them in college?
Let's them like break the second.
Oh, they're just being funny like college guys. We went to college together.
We're gonna be doing stuff like that soon. 30 years.
30 years. Dude, I don't 30 years. 30 years of exponential human growth. What's that going to be like? I've been saying we're only like a couple breakthroughs away from a whole new world. Like, if we could, like, I'm talking like breakthrough. Like, some scientist discovers like some bacteria that like eats up plastic and like repairs the ozone layer in one shot. Like a breakthrough. Like a fucking breakthrough. Like, if we can get like 10 of those, we're in a whole new world.
And breakthroughs, that's a lot, dude.
But they're out there,
Like, you're hoping you should really like hope for one breakthrough.
Oh, we need about 10. That's why I say 10. Like, one breakthrough would be great, but we need like 10 in order to like be there. Like, one for the plastic, one for the food, one for the ozone layer, one for the reptilian overlords that have taken over the planet. One to make the globe, one to make the flat Earth round. What do you think? Is it flat or round?
I don't even know what you're saying right now.
Is it a plane of existence? Or is it a globe of existence?
I can't.
Hey, if you want to catch up with Vince on your own, then you need to visit catchingupwithvince.com.